Hey guys, my name is Shandor Larenty. I'm one of the animal handlers and caretakers here at the Lion and Safari Park. So on the 17th of December, we were called out for an abandoned baby giraffe out on a reserve. Now, it's something we responded to as quickly as we possibly could. When we got there, we found a newborn baby still covered in afterbirth, and our priority was to make sure that she was safe. First thing we noticed is the mother was nowhere in sight. So one of the other things is there was actually a male giraffe trying to kick the baby. So it was a bit of a tough decision, but we decided as it was getting really late in the day, the mother wasn't anywhere in sight, as well as the fact as the male giraffe was trying to kill her or trying to step on her, we did have to intervene to ensure the survival of this little baby. First things first was ensuring that we could first of all separate this male away from the baby to stop him trying to kick her. From there, transporting a giraffe is in no way easy. So we have an amazing team of vets that work very closely with the park, and Dr. Claire Speedy was out literally in less than an hour with a horse trailer to help us actually relocate the baby into a safe treatment area where we'd be able to look after her for the next couple of days and ensure that she was healthy and she was safe. So once the trailer had arrived for us to load the baby in, our whole team was there to basically guide her into the trailer. We were inside the back of the trailer with her during the whole process of driving her up into the smaller area where we'd be able to monitor her very closely. Now, this most definitely was not our first rodeo. We've dealt with many orphaned baby giraffe, so the process is kind of very familiar to us, although this one was slightly different. So obviously first things first was making sure that the baby had colostrum. This is really important to ensure that the babies do build a healthy immune system. It would essentially be the first milk that they would receive from the mother, and that's what helps then build their immune system. Now, the first day she drank her colostrum so well, and we were so happy. We'd never had a baby giraffe drink this quickly. But from the next day is when it took a little bit of a turn, and this is where it became a lot more difficult. Our little baby stopped drinking on day number 2, and we couldn't get any milk into her. She wasn't taking the bottle, and on further examination from our vets, we had learned that her stomach had essentially stopped working a little bit, so it wasn't digesting the food that had gone in. Now this is where it became a problem. These guys need nutrition quite frequently through the day. They'll get fed 3 to 4 times a day, especially as a newborn, and they do drink quite large quantities. So by day 1 or day 2, they should be onto about 6 to 8 liters of milk. Our little baby wasn't drinking anything. So it was a bit of a tough decision, and many hours of trying to get her to latch from the bottle. We eventually had to place in a nasogastric feeding tube, which first of all was incredibly difficult because even as a newborn baby giraffe are incredibly strong. So the nasogastric tube goes inside the nostril, it goes down the throat, and then it stops just before it gets to the stomach, and this allows them to get enough nutrition in, and that's actually what basically kept her alive for the first 4 or 5 days, is we were feeding her with the nasogastric feeding tube. So our vets were out virtually at every feed that we were there, and our team basically had to restrain her to get the feeding tube in. It nearly got to the point where we weren't sure she was going to make it, and we were actually preparing ourselves for the worst.
Good girl! We have tears in our eyes. Good girl!
You didn't have to hold it, we didn't have to scratch your head or push, or you just did it by yourself. Well done.
And on that day when she eventually took the bottle, our entire team, including myself, it was incredibly emotional. It was all our perseverance and hard work had really paid off. And this is what makes doing what we do so special, is moments like that, when just when we think it doesn't seem like it's going to work out, they pull the white rabbit out the hat and surprise you. And today, the day we're filming this interview, our little baby is 14 days old. So she really surprised us. She's drinking so well now, and it wasn't just myself, it was the work of an incredibly dedicated team that's basically kept her alive and kept her going. And basically manage looking after her. And I'm so thankful not only to be able to have the experience and opportunities to work with babies like our little giraffe that we have now, but also to have the opportunity to work with such an amazing, dedicated team, and I'm so thankful for that. Another really important thing is actually getting the giraffe to exercise. So we're going to try and get Sky to run. It's really important to get the digestive system working, so let's see what we can do. On a breath. Sky's chasing us. Make sure we don't get run over. Whoa! Okay, I'm gonna get squashed by a giraffe filming this, so let me flip the camera around.